I'm going to make a very tasty gluten-free and egg-free chicken dish. These are all the ingredients aside from salt and pepper. And we're going to, and it's going to be almost like a one-shot everything in the pan. Just a couple of tomatoes, the vine ripened, and we don't have to add sugar because they're always nice and sweet. A couple of button mushrooms, nice, fresh basil, piece of shallot, a few pieces of garlic, chicken breast, white wine, olive oil, and pecorino romano cheese. Usually this would be like, I would bread this with the cheese on the outside, blah blah blah, but we're going to do it another way. If you're not able to work with a knife and kind of butterfly this chicken, you could always sprinkle the cheese on top. I'm going to put the cheese inside the chicken. Now when you're going to butterfly this chicken breast, don't cut into where the side is the straightest, would be this side, the rounder side. So do the best you can with a sharp knife and just take the knife like so, figure the halfway point, pressing down, and just cut into the chicken, watching that you don't go all the way through, and then open it up. Now in there, sprinkle a little salt, even though we're going to put the cheese, and just a little bit of pepper. And we're going to put the pecorino romano cheese inside with the basil. So just go like so. And you can't pack this too much, because then it will just open up on you. You can also add some more later. And take some fresh basil. You don't have to chop it this way, you see. Not that you see, but you don't have to chop it. A couple of pieces of fresh basil. And just fold it over like so. Season this with a little salt and pepper, both sides. And then when we go about sauteing this, do that to both pieces. Now, if you are good at pounding the chicken, if you have a mallet to pound, put it between two pieces of saran wrap like paper, butterfly it like I did, pound it flat, then you have two nice big very thin pieces that'll cook in about 2 seconds. But we're doing it like this today. Now before I cut up the tomatoes, I cut them in half and I squeezed like most of the seeds out, and then I'm going to dice them up. So the procedure is going to be kind of everything in one shot. There's not going to be sauteing the chicken and separate, pulling it away, everything's going in the pan, cover it up, cook, done. The tomatoes, they're not peeled, I just diced them up. And I'm going to saute this for a second first, then add the chicken, then the tomatoes, basil last. Now I'm not looking to get anything brown, I just want all these flavors to come together and penetrate into the chicken. So we're going to saute the shallots with the garlic, and the garlic I never chop up too small. When I'm eating something like this, I like to get pieces in my mouth. So just to start it off here, and this is only going to take a couple of seconds, just to sweat this up for a minute, and then throw everything else in there. Simplify matters. That's good enough. Now I'm going to put the chicken, not floured, nothing, nice and gluten-free. Put the tomatoes. Throw the basil in there with it. Just mix it around a little. Nice high flame. And then The most important part is a little more salt on the ingredients that are in there, and pepper. Cover it up. Now we'll just wait and watch. Now afterwards, if you want to put more, how about the white wine? Did somebody forget to put that in there? Oh, I can smell that already. Now after it's done, you sprinkle more Parmesan cheese over it, if you like. If you notice, I have a very high flame here. There's a lot of moisture in there, but that moisture is going to cook the chicken fast. And I don't want to have a very watery, like sauce, so it's got to reduce. And it will reduce in here. You might say this is like poaching the chicken. Well, it is. Or braising it. We're just keeping away from gluten. Now normally I would take that chicken breast, I would flour it, put it in egg, and put it into a mix of the Parmesan cheese with the panko breadcrumbs. But we're staying away from gluten for those people who are interested, and there are a lot out there. And this is cooking nicely. As soon as I know the chicken's just about cooked, I'm going to take the lid off, remove the chicken, because it's not going to take long since they're butterflied. And you might say, wow, that's a lot of tomatoes in there to go with this. Of course, because what are you going to eat this with? Pasta. So now you have your sauce ready for the pasta right in with the chicken. This chicken is ready. So we remove the chicken. Just lower the flame a little so you don't burn yourself. And we don't want this too watery. We want this kind of dry, because this is for one person. Okay, maybe it's for two people. You want to add a little hot sauce to that? Fine. That's good. Now put the chicken back just for a second, because we serve our food hot. up. You have already in a separate pot, you're cooking your pasta at the same time that this is going. And then you're not going to wash the pasta. You just drain it, leave it in the colander in the sink, and then as soon as this is ready, which is now, just put that pasta on the plate. And take this beautiful chicken that you just made. Two little pieces, they're about 3 to 4 ounces a piece. And then what you have is the rest of this to go over the pasta, and all of that to go over the chicken. Now that is nice. I hope you enjoy it. Well, you know what I didn't do? I didn't cut into it. We want to see what the inside looks like with the it has a nice appearance. And how about the taste? Nothing better than these fresh tomatoes and fresh basil and the cheese. A lot of recipes tell you to put sugar in tomatoes, but not when you're using these vine ripens. This is very tasty. Enjoy.